there was a split in Sviatoslav's army on the Berezin River. The pagan Rus accused the Christian Rus of being responsible for the defeat. The pagan Rus blamed the failure of the campaign on the wrath of their gods, Perun and Volos, and the island witnessed horrific scenes. All the Christian warriors were tortured and killed, including Sviatoslav's relative, Uleb. Prince Sviatoslav sent an order to Kiev to burn down the churches and promised to destroy all Russian Christians upon his return. Kiev could not help but know about the bloody events in Berezin. The Kiev Christians, who made up a large and influential community, realized what awaited them when Sviatoslav and his fierce army entered their own capital. How did events develop further? All chronicles report that in the spring of 970 the Russians from Berezin moved to Kiev. For some reason, they chose not the narrow and quiet southern Bug for their return, but the rapids of the Dnieper, where the left bank Pechenegs were waiting for the Russians at the ill-fated Dnieper Rapids. In a short battle, Sviatoslav's squad was completely exterminated, and the Pecheneg Konkuria acquired a bowl made from the prince's skull. The question arises, who warned the nomads that Sviatoslav was marching along the Dnieper with his army, exhausted by hunger and disease? This could have been done by someone who, at enough time, who was in contact with Berezin, knew the conditions on the island, and most importantly, did not want this army to reach Kiev. Historians of the last century believed that the Pechenegs were sent to Sviatoslav by the Byzantines, but for this they had to sail the entire Black Sea, notify the Synclite Council of the Emperor, with the Synclites' decision to reach the left bank of the Dnieper again through the Black Sea, find the Pechenegs in the vast steppe and, handing over the gifts due for such an occasion, persuade the steppe people. We can assume that Tsimisks miraculously had enough time to get information about Sviatoslav's squad, and then communicate with the Pechenegs. But if the Basileus wanted to exterminate the Rus, he could have done it more easily by burning the defenseless Rus boats on the Danube with Greek fire. The only people who really wanted the prince and his army to die were the Christian residents of Kiev, led by Sviatoslav's eldest son, Yeripok. Yeripok knew what was happening on the Berezin River and could have conspired with the Pechenegs. Let's remember that in 969, Voivode Predich fraternized with the Pecheneg Khan. Therefore, it can be assumed that the blame for Sviatoslav's death and the destruction of his army lies not with the Christians of Constantinople, but with the Christians of Kiev.